Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 1st through the 10th reading for you. I've already shuffled and meditated upon the cards, so we're going to see what they have to say for you Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant from March 1st through the 10th. Alright. And I would just like to say that if you find anything if you resonate with this reading or find anything in it useful, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel so that the readings are kept free and that you can get notifications when there are updates. All right, let me take this in for a moment. All right. Well, Scorpio, this is a time of great change for you. All right, and also you have 4 major arcana cards in a 8-card spread, which is glorious. So this is also a really big 10 days for you. All right, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, let's get started. The 3 of Swords. This is not really my favorite card to see in a reading, but it means that you have been through past hurts, past pains, that you have really, and you understand what it is to suffer. And there is nothing wrong with suffering. I'm not sure if you've heard, but the little Buddhist story that no one lives without suffering. There was a woman, she lost her child, she wanted her child resurrected, and they said that the Buddha could do it. And the Buddha said to her, if you go to a house and find a mustard seed where no one has suffered, I will raise your child from the dead. And so she goes and she knocks on every single door because she is so overcome with her grief. And she knocks on every door, and nobody she finds has lived without suffering. And then she realizes that her suffering is not more engulfing than anybody else's suffering. And so she starts to move on. And right here, this little pairing of the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Cups really makes me think of that parable. Because right here, she has had enough. She's crouched in the fetal position. A sword looks like it's stabbing her back. And she's had enough of the cruelty of the world around her. She's had enough of the pain and the sorrow and of the suffering that she has been through. And with the 8 of Cups, she's walking away. I mean, the hair matches, so she has gotten nicer clothes. The pink and the blue and the white. So the love and the harmony with the divine and the purity of soul. She's walking away from what she thought she once loved into the unknown. Now, I'm not saying that the parable of the person not getting over, but moving past the engulfing pain of losing their child is the same to the suffering that you were going through. I just think of that parable whenever I think of suffering. And this is what it's telling me here. You are moving past this heartbreaking suffering. And you are saying, you know what? It's not destroying me. It is not keeping me down. It's not keeping me from living my life the way it needs to be lived. It is giving me a richness of soul and a depth of spiritual understanding that I hadn't had before because I hadn't known pain. And Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, what these cards are telling me is that you have known pain. You have known pain, and I'm sorry that you have been through such a harsh time, such a dark night of the soul. But what I can say is that it's coming to an end, and the 1st through the 10th of March, you are finding the strength to pick yourself up and to move on. You will not be the same person that you were before you have known this suffering, but you are going to be richer in soul because you have built compassion and understanding, because you understand what it is to have been through such pain. Okay? And because you know about pain and about sorrow and about having to somehow endure and gather the strength to move on, you are able to see things a little bit more clearly, like you did when you were younger. You were able to get what you have desired because there is a clarity of purpose to you now that has come out of the fires. It's almost like the phoenix rising from the ashes. The 6 of Cups is joy and happiness and innocence and really being able to live like you did when you were younger without fully knowing that your dreams can't be achieved. You have been through, right there, them little those two kids playing together, you have been through the worst. You have been through the worst. And there is nothing to hold you back anymore, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And I, again, am sorry that you had to go through such pain. But now, because you have been through something that most would consider unbearable, you are unstoppable, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Now, this might not resonate with everybody. You might have to find a different YouTube reader or listen to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign for whichever this is for you, because this is a very clear message for somebody or for many people who have been through pain and loss. You are moving on. And not moving on in that way that people say, oh, just get over it. I'm not saying get over it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying remember. Hold it in your heart and remember what you have been through, because it has made you who you are. It has made you a richer, more compassionate, caring, understanding person. It has given you dimension that you might not have had before, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And this is the Hierophant. So some of you could be finding this peaceful understanding with a group of people who are like-minded, because in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, there is somebody who looks like a pope, and they look like monks at his feet, and everything like that. Here we have a man who is finding inner wisdom. He is a bard. He has his harp. He holds wisdom and understanding. This is the tried and true path for him, and this was the tried and true path of gaining understanding and being a talented, prosperous person back in Welsh mythology, which is where these cards, the Llewellyn Tarot deck, are located in and based off of Welsh mythology. So the Hierophant here is somebody who sticks to the tried and true path, who knows traditions, and who understands the value of tradition. So you are finding the joy, and you are following the joy of your heart from when you were little, or even just regaining kind of that innocence of a child, because you have been through so much and your kindness hasn't been destroyed, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. So in these 10 days, you are gaining understanding and you are finding your footing, which is to walk the path most traveled, to not reinvent the wheel and make your own way and reconquer everything and all that stuff. You are to follow the tried and true path, and you are to live in kindness and harmony and in abundance with yourself. Because again, you have been through the suffering, and it has made you somebody extraordinary, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. You have broke the ties of what people, the expectations people have put on you, the burdens you have carried. This is the Devil card. And for me, this is not a negative card at all. This is the God Pan. So this is embracing who you are and what you want from life. This is being yourself, connecting with nature, breaking the chains that society puts on you, but not to the point of excess, not to the point of being harmful to yourself, but finding that beautiful balance. That means that so much, see, this card is, if you can see, shrouded in mist, and he sits there with the wolf at his feet, but the mist is all right there. And so much more is opening up for him. So much more is opening up for you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And now we have the Empress card right here. She's gorgeous with her long, beautiful hair, her green for healing on her dress, her white, her shield to protect herself, the birds offering messages, the horse saying she's moving forward. She's strong. She's royal. She has her torque around her neck, a symbol of royalty, her crown on her head, a symbol of royalty. She sees the world on many, many layers. She is fruitful. She is bountiful. For some of you, you're taking this pain, and some of you might even find that you are bringing forth new life into the world. You could be actually pregnant, find out that you are pregnant, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or you could become pregnant with an idea, a passion, a seed has gone within you and is growing within you because of all that you have been through. You have broken the chains of what is expected of you. You have walked away from what you thought you loved. And you have walked into something so much deeper, so much more than you ever expected. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Okay? And again, this reading might not resonate with anybody. It seems to be fairly specific. But you are getting your passion. You're getting a message of following your passion and your desire, of knowing what it is that you want and where it is that you're going. And for some of you, you could be falling in love with the Emperor, with this person who is prosperous, who is sure of himself, who knows what it is that he wants. The Emperor and the Empress in the same spread is spectacular. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. It is spectacular. You are a force. Either you might be falling in love, or you are both aspects. You are the caring, because I'm reading these as energy, so purely atypical female energy, purely atypical male energy, passion, understanding, caring, charisma, passion, desire, knowing that he is going to achieving at any cost, really setting down the law, strength, courage, abundance. Abundance is here. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, you are on fire. From the 1st to the 10th, maybe not typical, achieving all your goals, slaying all the demons, but you know what you want. You know where you're going, and you know how to get there because of this pain that you have been through. Because of this pain that you have been through, you now have a richness and a depth that most people never, ever achieve. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Okay? Oh, goodness. Follow the tried and true path. Try and live with kindness and innocence. Not naivety, but just being the nicest person you can be. Because after having gone through this hard time, this dark night of the soul, being kind and caring and compassionate, and really having that innocence of spirit is a tremendous amount of strength, is absolutely the strongest thing that you could ever do, to not sit there in bitterness and sorrow. Break the chains that bind you. The past is over. It's done. Walk away. Literally, walk away. You're getting a message of passion, of creativity. And you are so strong, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. All right. Well, I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to the channel because you will be getting updates. And really, Scorpio, I'm just wowed by this. And I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness, for you absolutely deserve it. If you would like a private reading, please click on the box below. I'll have all that information there for you. And I wish you a wonderfully blessed March 1st to March 10th. Bye.